So all you need today for this painting that we're going to do is your primary colors of red, yellow, and blue, and some green and brown. And so we have a flat synthetic brush, chiseled edge, and I have a flat filbert brush, which is chiseled edge and synthetic, and I also have a liner brush. What I'm going to do is I want some green background, but I don't want it to be all the one color green, so I'm just going to throw on some paint, as you can see right here, like this, and just a little bit of paint. I'm not going to paint. So what I'm doing is I'm having a darker color over here, and as I come over here, I'm just going to get lighter. So I'm just going to add a lighter green, and in order to get a lighter green, you can use, would you believe, some blue, a little bit of blue, just a little bit. All right, just a little bit of blue. I'm not going to add a lot of blue there because blue and yellow makes green, correct? So we will add some yellow. This is a fun way to do it. It's fun sometimes to do something different, isn't it? That's what I want to do. I want to do something different. So that's kind of cool. I might need more yellow. And then I'm going to add yellow over here. See, I'm just putting on some yellow. You can lay your canvas down flat. I just got the camera set up this way, that's all. But you lay your canvas down flat and you'll get an easier way to do that. And then you're going to add some, so we get some white going on here. Good. So let's see what happens. I'm also going to add, let's see. I want it nice and dark over there, but I don't want it to be too dark. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow in between here. All right. Now, how are we going to blend that? I'm going to show you. Now if you don't have a brush like this, you can use any brush, okay? But I'm going to show you how to use this brush anyway because it's an interesting brush. I think I might have a bit too much here. All right. Don't want too much. So this brush here, and it's dry. It's a dry brush. It's just a makeup brush. Just a makeup brush, but it's so soft. It's, you know, you probably got one home. You can use makeup brushes for painting. So I'm just going to go up and down like this. All right. Good. Now, if you want that to blend even better, you can mist some magic white. Magic mist, I call it. My magic mist. I'll show you how to mix that up now. And so you mist it. Misting bottle, not a spray bottle. You need a misting bottle because if you use a spray bottle, you know how spray bottles are, they can really make a mess. Too watery. So use, look at that. See how that spreads better now, right? So I'll give you the information to how to make your own magic mist. Magic mist. Yeah. And what it does is it helps to extend the drying time of your paint. Plus it makes it smoother. See how it's smoother? Just all blends really nice. Great for blending. All right. See all these different, that's what I wanted, different values. See? And just go up and down. Your brush is going to be pretty dirty by the time you get to the end, so hopefully it won't be too dark. But look at that, isn't that pretty? So I'm going up and down. Oh, look at that nice, oh my, look at that beautiful blue. Nice. Yeah, nice, beautiful background, isn't it? I'm going back again, look, I'm going back again. See? Because I mixed it with the magic mist, that will keep the paint wet and it'll make the canvas wet and make it easier to spread and to blend your paints. Now see, isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. What a nice way to make a background though, isn't it? But the magic mist is what's going to help you get these beautiful colors to blend together without drying on you. So I mean, you can go all the way over here to this end. Look, see that? And nothing changes, but you can still blend those colors that you already have on there because of the magic mist. Look at that, look at that. All right, look at that. Now look, I even came over here, and even though my brush is really dirty, it didn't take all those colors. That's because the magic mist helps to keep the colors separated and keeps it nice and wet and slick. I also have magic white recipe for you. I got some and magic liquid clear, magic clear. So I'm going to get all that ready for you, and then you can make your own. You can make all your own magic. You can make magic. Look at that. See that? Now I'm thinking maybe I'd like to lighten up. I'm thinking I might like to lighten up some of those areas here. So just watch. Watch. Right? I am just experimenting now. And I'm going to use my magic mist. Ooh, magic mist. And I'm going to go up and down. Oh, nice. Yeah. But because I got magic mist on it, see, it'll help blend those colors so much better. You'd never be able to do this if you were just using acrylic paint. It would be dry on you now, and it would never blend. By this time, it would be totally dry. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Wow. Nice. So you can experiment with your colors. Don't do a full painting. Do a background and put on a bunch of colors and just, you know, just kind of just take the magic mist and mist your canvas and do this. And look how everything blends so beautifully. I really like that. That's nice. Yeah, I was going to add white, but no, I think the yellow looks nice. You can even add more yellow if you want. And my brush has never been cleaned yet. Isn't that amazing? Let's see, let's see. Maybe I'll put some more here. Now lay your canvas down flat when you do it. I'm just doing this for the video. But look, look, because the magic mist keeping it all wet and slick, and it moves really well. And the brush helps too. So if you don't have this brush, you can try a flat brush or any soft brush, even a watercolor brush. If you got a watercolor brush there, that would be nice. But look, because it's wet, it's all blending together. Look at that. And I can go all the way over here without making a mess. And here, I can even go over here if I want to. Right? Look. Look. Wow. Now if I want more white, right. If I want more white, I can add white to my brush like this. And I can do that. And if it starts to get a little bit dry, because I'm only misting it, I'm not using the actual magic white formula that I use for you can also use the other one that I have, the magic white, to keep your paint wet up to an hour. This will keep it wet for about, I don't know, seems like it's keeping it wet for about 5-10 minutes, maybe longer. But look, it doesn't, see how it, see, this is the beauty. It's just like the colors don't all mash together. They stay separated, and they do what you want them to do. It's magic. That's why I call it magic. Isn't that nice? If you want to lighten it up, I might just, see, look at that. If I want to lighten that up a bit more, I might add more yellow to it, but I'm going to leave it. That's really nice. Look at that. See how beautiful that is? How easy was that? And my brush is still dirty, but I didn't even clean it. I just left it as it is. And that's how the magic mist works. It just, I can't say anything else on you that is magic. So there we go. Nice little background now for our flowers. Now use chalk to draw out your basket, okay? So we'll make a basket, and you can be, I might just go for a, depends on what you want. You can have whatever kind of basket you want. I'm going to try the one that we have in the picture. And I'm going to try just go follow the picture. I can send you a pattern if you're finding it hard to draw. You know, because sometimes drawing can be a little. That's why I use chalk, because I can make a mess too, right? I'm just going to make this come up here and around to meet this one. So that's my little basket. It's just a little basket, and then this will come down here to meet this. It'll look better when we have it painted. Okay. We use burnt umber. And if you don't have burnt umber, just use any brown you have there and add black to it. And that will really darken up nice for you. Or ultramarine blue. So I don't know what colors you have, but I'm going to give you ideas of what you can use. So, just going to make sure that I have this. And then it comes up here, and that's the inside, and then that's the outside. So just draw it out whatever way you want. You can have whatever kind of basket you want. You can have a round one, you can have whatever, just make a little basket. And I'm just drawing this out. It looks like it might be something like it. I know. But I just like to, I think that part there might be a little bit off. Let's see. Looks like it might come down around this way a bit more. So when I get my paint on, so it looks like it comes over here, down, and over. So hopefully, and whatever mistakes I make, I'll cover it up with flowers. How's that? I know. So I'm just going to take that chalk off with the damp brush. See? And now I will paint that in with burnt umber. And then I'll use a small flat brush. Just a small flat brush. I think that should be okay. So just going to paint that in. That way I'll be able to see the shape better. Now, make sure you get a shape that you're happy with, because if not, because you're using brown over your green, it's going to be very difficult to adjust it too much. So do your best to get the color that you want. Good. Do your best to get the shape that you want, I meant to say. Use your chalk to help you guide you along. And if you want to, instead of misting your canvas, if your paint is sticky and won't move, because now your background is dry, okay? So you can use your magic mist on your paint itself, okay? And that will help make it smoother. Look, it's starting, yeah, it's moving much better there now. Found it a little bit It's holding back, as you could call it. But a lot of people, you know, before I discovered this magic mist that I came up with for acrylics, I was struggling with trying to keep the paint wet, trying to rush my painting because I couldn't get it to stay wet long enough. I was adding water, and the water would thin out my paint and it'd be transparent. There's a lot of problems, and I heard people saying that they were going back to oils because they couldn't get their acrylics to stay wet long enough. So I'm hoping now, and this is why I came up with the magic mist. The magic white, I got the idea because Bob Ross and Bill Alexander used magic white in their oil paintings. Now they used it because oil stays wet for months, but they used it so that they could make their paint be smooth. When they were painting, they make their paint slick on the canvas. So it wasn't really to make their paint wet longer, because oils are really, stay wet a lot longer than acrylics. But they used it just to make their paints just be smoother, you know, go on smoother. But with acrylics, I decided to make my own magic white for acrylics to make the paint stay wet longer, and to make your canvas slick, and it makes the paint glide much better, and for blending too. I mean, it's amazing that that's why I call it magic, right? But like I said, I got the idea from Bob Ross, Bill Alexander, even though they weren't using it to extend the drying time. But I decided, you know, maybe this will work for extending the drying time of acrylics. And so far, so good, I must say. And you can make your own, a lot cheaper, and you can adjust the amounts that you want to use and that you want to mix. So it's something you can have fun with. So just be careful going around here. Be careful. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm making a mess. A few little adjustments there. I'll have to make adjustments here too, won't I? I'll be making adjustments as I go along, as I keep going along in my paintings. I'll make these small adjustments that I need to make, but right now I'm just trying to get some kind of a basket there, and that way I will get started. And I'll do my final details last. Some people say they struggle with, you know, trying to get details, but don't worry about the details right now. Details can come later when you're ready, at the end of the painting, right? So that's good. So now all we have to do is paint in the highlights to make it look like a basket. So the easiest way to do the basket is have it dry and then decide how far apart you want your little yellow lines, you know. So I'm just going to make a line here, like that. And then I'm going to make, so you can measure it if you want to. You could measure it if you want to use measuring tape, or you can use another piece of chalk. That way you'll get some idea where the spacing is. Okay, and then you can, good. Any tools you can find, or you can come up with to figure out how you can make this easier for yourself. you know, you don't have to have special tools unless you want to. And these will be a little different. But here and here, so then you can just use the same lines for the back ones, because there's going to be it's going to be flowers in there covering this up, but you still want to be able to see the basket. So we'll just take some of the burnt umber, some yellow, some burnt umber on the small flat brush. Okay, we'll take some burnt umber on a small flat brush, chiseled edge, add some yellow to it, maybe a little bit of white. Alright. And we will add some of these lines. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my little brush, I might as well stick with the one I have, and I'm going to take my burnt umber, and I'm going to add a little edge on here. I already have the chalk mark there. So I'm going to add my little edge. There we go. And then another one here. And when you do this, let it dry before you put on your basket shape. All right. Then another one up here. touching and I'm pushing so that I can get that edge there, nice clean edge. Let my brush get that nice clean edge for me. Okay. So flat brushes will give you a nice clean edge. If you push, if you touch, and then you push and you move. With that nice clean edge. You can use a bigger flat brush than this one. You'll have to experiment with your brushes. I can tell you what I'm using, but depending on if you're right-handed too, it can throw you off a little bit. So experiment with your brushes, but they do have to be flat and they do have to be synthetic, chiseled edge. That's very important, all right? So as you can see, there's a bit of work to be done yet before we can make it look like the basket in the reference photo, but I'm not going to be tied to that reference photo. If I don't get it exactly the same, then I'm just going to continue on. So if you put burnt umber on one side of your brush and yellow on the other side, you can take a flat brush, chiseled edge, and you're going to touch your chiseled edge off the edge of the basket and just push, and that will give you those nice little edges there. See? Try that brush, and if that's giving you a hard time, just keep trying different brushes. But I'm finding the flat one is better, but you can try a round one. So you go right across this edge here, and this one here, and this one. I'm going to fix this up. I don't like that. Okay? I'm going to take that out. So brown on one side and yellow on the other. And we will touch and push. It's giving you those edges, see? There we go. So brown and yellow, and then you will touch and pull over, touch and pull over, touch, or even just touch, as long as you get that there like that. You may have to reload a few times because the yellow gets mixed in with the brown. There we go. And then you do the other one. So I'm going to try this again. So I'm going to take all this out. Don't like that. Don't like the way it turned out. So I'll take that out. So just take a brown on the bottom, yellow on top, and just pull over, pull over, pull over, and keep them pretty close together. That's all you need. And then when you get up here, you just let it fade out. Same here. You start on the outside or the inside. Starting on the inside because I'm left-handed and I'm kind of awkward going inside there. So it's a lot easier that way. We'll just bring in some of these up here. Just want to fade it out under here. There we go. I'm going to clean up the edges here. In here, I'm just going to clean these up. And that'll give it a better shape. Just in between. So we can separate those. Better. Same with here. They're already pretty well separated. We can do some highlights on those later when we get the flowers done. And then we'll highlight these to make them look more round. You know, you can add a little bit of darker shading here like this, and that will give them a round look. Use transparent. Just wet your paint, your brown, and just give it a transparent look, and then you can put a little glaze over the edges here, and that'll give it more of a round look. But we will work on that after we do the flowers, because right now the basket looks weird because there's no flowers, and when we do the flowers, then we can do touch-ups and make the basket look much more prettier. There we go. Now the basket is kind of floating in the air, isn't it? So maybe we could put a little table or something here. We don't, it's not in the reference photo, but kind of like to have something here. Trying to measure it out there for you. I'm going to take my dark green, go underneath that. Take my dark green and go underneath that. We'll say the light is coming in from the left, so we'll have more of a shadow here. But want to make it look like there's a table or something there. Use sap green or green and ultramarine blue. I'm going right into my basket there so I can darken up that edge. I'm just laying on some dark green. Just don't like the way it's floating in the air. That's some yellow. So I can get it lighter on this side over here. There we go. That's better. So everything I'm doing right now is just the beginning of a painting, all right? Because you might say, well, how do I start a painting? What do I do? How do I approach it? So the way I approach paintings is I just want to get something on there. I don't want to worry about it being perfect in the beginning. I just want to get it started. If I'm having a problem trying to figure things out, I just want to fill the shapes in, fill in some color that I'm, you know, if I wanted a red table there, put red there. I'm just going to go with the background color. And I just want to put something there, you know, just to get something started. So I darkened up my green with some burnt umber and a little bit of ultramarine blue, just to darken it up so I can look like some shadows or something there. But like I say, I'm not going to worry about it being perfect at this point yet. I'll call this the ugly stage. You know, so... But look, I'm getting the shapes that I want. I got the basket started. I got the background. I'm doing something here with a table or whatever I'm going to put there. At least I got something going on. All right? So this is a good lesson in, you know, how to approach a painting, how to start a painting, how to get something on there. Just get something on there. But it has to be, you know, what you're painting, obviously. But just get something on there. That's it. There we go. It's a little better. Just playing around with some color. Just added a bit of blue while my paint is wet so I can darken up some of those areas. Now the paint is starting to dry because I didn't mist it with my magic mist. So if I mist that with my magic mist... I mist it with my magic mist. I always shake it up in case it separates a little bit. I'm not sure if I do or not, but I just want to mist it a little bit just to see if I can, because it's starting to dry really quick, so I'm just trying to see if this will help. Oh yeah, that's better, because what was happening before was the canvas is coming through because it's starting to get sticky. So this is better. Now I can move my paint around without the canvas coming through, see? Nice. Now, the magic mist has a bit of white in it. I'll give you a recipe how to mix it. So it lightened up my, but if you want magic mist without white in it, I'll show you how to do that too. So you have several different ways of making magic white, magic clear, and magic liquid, and all this stuff that I'm coming up with. And I'm coming up with this stuff as I paint, because I'm trying to think of ways that can help you paint. Alright, so that's wet there now, that's why it's brighter looking. And plus it's got a little bit of white in it, so So I'm just experimenting. I'm just going to add some burnt umber to my blue and green that I'm going to mix together and just see if that's nice and dark. Yep. Nice shadow over here. Okay, good. That's all I want to do for now. I'll come back and clean all this up a bit, unless you want to add some yellows there now while it's wet. There we go. I love playing around with paint. You just don't know what's going to happen sometimes. It's just so much fun. This yellow. Using chisel edge of my brush, or you can go this way. You can turn the brush the other way. But yeah, I like the way that's going in there like that. That's nice, isn't it? And because of the magic mist, it's smooth. It just smooths, goes right in nicely. Now, as you can see, I'm not trying to sell you anything. So I'm just trying to help you. That's why I'm coming up with these magic mists, magic white, and magic clear, and all kinds of good stuff. Because I just want you to keep coming back and watch my videos. So I'll do everything I can to make you happy. So you'll keep coming back, so you'll share my videos, so you'll subscribe. So, you know, if I got some things that are going to help you in your painting and make you a good painter, and you see results, then you'll be like, I'll come back. I'll come back. And that'll make me happy, because then I'll be able to do more videos. No sense doing videos if nobody's watching. Hey, that looks nice, doesn't it? Might even add, you know what, I'm going to play around a bit more. I'm going to add a little bit of white. Yes, look at that. Because I got the magic mist on there, I can do this, see? Look at that. Isn't that nice? Might even throw a little bit in here. Look at that. Oh boy, I'm having fun now. I'm having fun now. Alright. A little bit of white, a little bit of yellow. Oh, I like this. It's giving me different values. It's a little closer to the painting too, or to the reference photo. Yeah. Oh, that looks much better, doesn't it? Wow. I like it. Alright, I better leave it alone for now. Nice. Now let's put some leaves in here just to get some leaves started. We'll do the skinny ones first. I'm going to pick up some of my green, and I have a little bit of ultramarine blue in there, and so green, a little bit of ultramarine blue. There's my ultramarine blue right there. That'll darken it up somewhat. Get a nice skinny small flat chiseled edge brush, and I'm going to pull down some of these leaves. Touch and pull down. There we go. So we'll get those on there anyway. Cross over some if you like. Pick up some more paint. Good. That nice little tip there if you can. Just touch the corner of your brush first and then lean back and pull down. Okay? There we go. And also, an angular brush will work on that too. Angular brushes are great for flowers. They are the best. It's just an angular brush, right? So if you pick up your paint and pull it through your brush, don't tap it in there. Don't tap it in there, because what's going to happen is you're going to open up the brush, and it won't work the way you want it to. So pull it through like that so you can get a nice chiseled edge, even if you have to move away from the paint for a second. Like that. See, and you get a nice chiseled edge. And then you can get that nice top. See, you touch on that toe, and then you pull down, so you get a nice little top there, see? So the angular brush is the best brush for doing flowers and leaves, especially with, you know, tops like that. So we'll be using the angular brush too. Just trying to show you some different brushes you can use. Good. So now I'm going to put some bigger leaves in there, and they're going to be green. Put some green in there, some yellow. Just putting on some green and yellow. Green on one side and yellow on the other, just to mix the color together. I'm going to put the yellow side down this time. And that's my flat, that's a flat chiseled edge brush. And we'll flatten it out a bit more. There we go. And we will touch and pull in just for some leaves, some bigger leaves, right? A little more yellow. Just touch and pull back. Now, like I said, I'm just getting things in here, and then I will be doing touch-ups and smaller details, and you know, but I just want to get something in there now. Got to get something started. Maybe there's a few tinier ones. If they're tiny, just flatten your brush, chiseled edge, and then touch the chiseled edge and pull out like that. Need more yellow, go get it. And pull down. What I might do there is I might get my liner brush out. I'll see now. I'm just trying to decide what brushes to use and how to approach painting. Like even people who are, even artists who are used to painting still have to make a lot of decisions, because every painting that you do is different. So you can have 20 years experience, but you might approach a painting, it almost feels like you're brand new again. It's like, how do I start that? How do I touch, you know? How am I going to approach that? So things can happen like that. Just adding a bit dark in my paint so I can see this one out here. Okay? Paint. So you can see it. So add light against the dark. See? So you inside you would need light, because this is dark background, and light background you need a dark. Thank you so much for painting along with me today, and you can subscribe and share and like, and that way you will be able to get notified of my new upcoming videos. So I will see you in the next video.